This is Bobby Andrews, and today I'll be presenting to you guys how aquaponics relates to sustainability. Sustainability in terms of the environment is defined by dictionary.com as the quality of not being harmful to the environment or depleting natural resources and thereby supporting long-term ecological balance. There's a long list of things in this world that we need to take care of if we want our future generations to have a life on this earth. Around the world, people are striving to attain this goal by developing new ways and ideas on how to make our daily routines eco-friendlier. One of the many ways we are beginning to make the world more sustainable is aquaponics. According to the aquaponics source, the most simple definition of aquaponics is the combination of aquaculture and hydroponics that grows fish and plants together in one integrated system. The system as a whole is self-sustaining because the fish can be fed by the food that is grown, and there is hardly any wastewater that needs to be discharged because it is a completely natural, self-sustaining system. This is all happening while being a source of food for humans. Humans are able to use fish and the plants grown as food. Another reason aquaponics is such a great resource for sustainability is because it reuses its water sources for days, even weeks at a time. Clean, safe water is a resource that is very limiting when it comes to agriculture and is why places that don't have access to the necessary water would greatly benefit from the aquaponics system. When it comes to aquaponics, you only need enough water to fill up the tank for the fish and plants, and you can simply reuse and recirculate the water through the system. According to Nelson and Pate Aquaponics, use 1/6 of the water to grow 8 times more food per acre compared to traditional agriculture. In aquaponics, you can reuse the same water source for several days, even weeks, while if utilizing the traditional agricultural method, your supply of water would practically disappear in less than a day due to the plants, soil, and evaporation. This supports the idea that aquaponics is greatly sustainable. Another reason why aquaponics is greatly sustainable is because it produces waste, which can be used throughout the system. According to Green Globe Travel, it tends to produce a higher food yield in minimal space than traditional gardening, with no soil needed and little to no waste. Any waste that the fish produce is used in a plethora of ways. The waste is used to provide the plants being grown with nutrients. This allows the plants to grow and in turn makes food for the fish and humans. The waste can also be used for composting. The waste from the fish will be used for nutrients for other plants and will help the world outside of the aquaponics system. Aquaponics is a system that imitates nature in a sense. We take the outside natural system and scale it down to a more manageable size. Since aquaponics mimics nature, there really isn't any form of waste. Any parts from the plants that cannot be consumed by humans go to feeding the fish or composting. Also, the water that is contaminated from the fish waste is purified through the process of the plants using the fish waste as food. This means that there is very little water that needs to be discharged. While being self-sustainable in a small-scale area, the aquaponics system helps in more of a global aspect as well. Aquaponics helps cut down on the immense consumption of gasoline and oil and reduces the amount of air pollution. How, you ask? Well, since food is more accessible through this system, less food is required to be transported to that specific region, allowing less oil and gas consumption while also cutting back on the pollution caused by trucks transporting the food. In the end, aquaponics is a great step forward on our journey to be more sustainable. It allows us to grow our own food, cut down on pollution, and can essentially keep functioning and producing as long as it has the necessities. Overall, aquaponics is a great way for people to help the world become more sustainable.